Okay, today I just want to talk to you about evolution and the tree of life. You'll see when you're looking at evolutionist textbooks and things, you'll see a tree of life, and they'll show that we've come down to a common ancestor and all the rest of it, and they'll show this tree of life, dinosaurs going right down to whatever trilobites. But what they don't tell you is that tree of life is just mythology. That's something they've invented. And I can prove it to you because um, one scientist said was saying that whales, and the evolutionists like to use whales, and they said, look, if you look at an animal has somehow gone into the sea, some would say it's a bear, some would say it's another creature, and they've gone into the sea and then began to develop into whales. And so one scientist gave an actual citing that a missing link, this half whale, half animal creature. And someone was doing a documentary. I'll put a link to it in the next day or two under the video. And the scientist said this is the missing link between the animal and the whale. And it went in a museum, and they put a great big picture of this half whale, half animal. They put it had a tail and it had fins and all the rest of it, like half fin, half feet type thing. And someone went in, was doing a documentary on it, and noticed that the picture on the wall of this half whale creature and the skeleton were different, and that the skeleton, there was no tail on it, and yet on the picture there was a tail on this on this half whale animal thing, and he noticed this. So he went and asked the scientist, and the scientist said, oh, there was no tail, I just used my imagination. So in other words, a missing link was just created out of thin air, and this was used by scientists as part of evidence for evolution, and they used the whale as a main issue in evolution. So in other words, that's just one example of thousands of examples where evolutionists, scientists, and I would say tens of thousands of examples where they use these so-called missing links, and actually it's part of their own imagination. I'll put a link to that video, and I would just ask you to this tree of life that they make, just remember it's a myth, and don't buy into it. Alright, take care.